Hey guys, it is Jack here, That Vegan Dad here for another taste test review, and this week I am trying out these new ones from Omnimeat. Omnimeat is Chinese-based, plant-based options that they have available now, and actually 2 items of their range have hit Woolworths recently, $8 each, and I am really excited to try these out because Omnimeat is like a massive brand overseas in like a lot of Eastern cultures. They love this stuff, and what is really exciting, a lot of Asian countries as well also love this luncheon meat as well. So what it is, if you're not too sure, as you can see from probably the picture there, it is essentially Spam. Generally animal-based luncheon is just generally pork meat mixed with cereal. Hopefully it tastes all right. I really can't remember the last time that I ever tried Spam. A lot of the Chinese cultures love this stuff, so it is fantastic that there is finally a vegan alternative to this. So I'm gonna fry that up, see what that's all about. And then this mince is meant to replicate pork mince. I'm really interested to see what this one is like as well. Probably gonna make them up into little meatballs and see how the texture holds together and how it tastes. Quite expensive for plant-based mince. It's only 250 grams, but will set you back $8 in comparison to a lot of others on the market, which, you know, about $8 for about 400, 500 grams of the plant-based mince. Anyway, guys, Omnimeat is massive overseas, so I'm really excited to get into this and see if it is really worth that hype. So let's get into this taste test review. So here we go, guys. I've just cooked it up right now in the fry pan. Very straightforward, only a couple minutes in the fry pan, which was great. Chucked the luncheon meat into a sandwich, which is apparently really traditional over there. Chucking it into like sushi, into sandwiches. So just made up a little bit of a vegan egg in there as well, have that in a sandwich. And then, as I said, I made the mince into little meatballs as well. Really straightforward. The texture on that mince was actually really surprisingly very, very good. Held together really well in those meatballs. A lot of vegan minces out there generally do like mush apart, but the texture on this mince was fantastic. As I said, available now in Woolworths supermarkets. They are $8 each. Mince, a little bit pricier in comparison to other vegan minces, but this is, I believe, the first pork style mince that is available. All these items are pork style. Also, if you're not familiar with Omnimeat, they also have a range of like pork strips. They do dumplings, they do buns, all available overseas, not available in Australia yet, as far as I am aware, unless you go to like a specialty store. Hopefully, you know, these go well, and then hopefully they bring out the rest of their range also. Anyway, guys, I really want to get into this. As I said, luncheon meat is massive overseas, especially in China. It's apparently just supposed to be like Spam, like pork meat mixed with cereal into like these little slices here. Anyway, let's see what all the rage is all about and, you know, devour this luncheon meat in this sandwich. So the flavor is actually really nice on this already. So straightforward to cook. It was like maybe like 2-3 minutes each side, and it like browned up perfectly. It's kind of like your deli slice sort of meat here. It does sort of have like that pork sort of style taste. Has like those smoky sort of flavors. Both of these items are soy-based. They have gluten in them. Ingredients are actually really relatively simple as well. In terms of texture on that luncheon meat, very, very good. In terms of flavors as well, it doesn't really have like a strong soy taste at all. You wouldn't even probably pick that it is soy based. It really has that like saltiness flavor as like, you know, what pork meat would have. It's actually really unreal, the flavors on this. As I said, luncheon meat is really popular over in China. They put it in virtually everything apparently, into sushi dishes, into stir fries, into sandwiches. Haven't really eaten a lot of Spam to compare it to Spam, but like that texture The salty flavors of this are really, really great and works perfectly in this sandwich, to be honest. All right, let's move on to the mince now. As I said, made up some meatballs. I got some others still in the fry pan. Made up quite a bit of meatballs. 250 grams though for $8 is quite expensive in comparison to other minces on the market. As I said earlier, I believe this is the first pork styled mince that is available. So really interested to see how this one tastes. Texture is great when cooking it. It held that texture incredibly well. It didn't go mushy like a lot of other minces generally do. Texture inside of this is fantastic, but I'm actually finding the flavors in this mince probably not as salty or flavorsome as that luncheon meat at all. It does have a little bit of that soy sort of taste that you can get through here. There's nothing really personally for me that really kind of screams out that this is like pork styled mince at all. The saltiness isn't there and the flavor's probably not there either. Probably the big shining light of this one is definitely the texture. Probably one of the best plant-based mince textures that I have tried. There have been a lot of minces out there, and this is probably one of the top contenders in terms of texture. Just a shame about the flavors. The flavors don't really capture the same sort of flavors as that luncheon meat. Me personally, $8 for this mince is probably a little bit excessive in my opinion. Kind of didn't really hit the mark in terms of flavors and saltiness to replicate that pork style sort of mince that you are after. It's really fantastic that this is actually available though. It is first pork style mince that I actually know of that is available for vegans, so it is great to have like more variety in minces rather than your typical beef style minces. This luncheon meat, this is actually really, really flavorsome and really does replicate that like saltiness. I am personally not familiar with how luncheon meat is supposed to actually typically taste like, but for me personally, the flavors, the textures of this luncheon meat is incredible and works well in this sandwich, and I have high hopes for it. Chuck it on like a big breakfast bowl, have some sausages, have some luncheon meat, have some tofu scrambled there, some avocado. It would absolutely complete that breakfast item. So $8, you get 6 pieces there. It's actually not too bad value, I guess. It is a new sort of mock meat item that is available that not many people have tried before. So definitely get around that to see if that is something that is up your alley. Definitely has a place in the market, in my opinion. Anyway, guys, that is just my opinion, of course. If you have tried it out, I'd love to hear your feedback on these items in the comment section below. They're both now available at Woolworths supermarkets across Australia in the freezer section, so definitely do check them out if they sound up your alley. As always, if you enjoyed this video, chuck a like, share it around, comment below of what vegan taste test you want to see next. So until next time, guys, I am just going to enjoy my little sanger here, so I'll catch you all very soon.